Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. AJ's Deli in Southport will welcome new staff members in a couple of weeks. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg spoke with AIM Independent Living Center about how they're changing the lives of people with disabilities in the Southern Tier.
Earlier this week, AIM Independent Living Center announced they have bought AJ's Deli in Southport to help aid in their supported employment program. The program helps people with disabilities develop the necessary skills to work with local businesses.
We work with people with all different types of disabilities, and we do things like job skills training, job placements, job coaching, and we work with a lot of area businesses to do job placements. And we had always been interested in having our own business to run for our supported employment program.
Derek Eck, the outreach coordinator for AIM, told Big Fox about how the deal with AJ's came together.
Basically, we were familiar with AJ's Deli. We knew it was a pretty popular restaurant with good food, and we had used them to cater events here at AIM. And we had heard that the owner was planning to sell, and so we reached out to her, and everything worked out.
The supported employment program currently has over 100 active members. Not everyone will be able to work at AJ's, but AIM does work with other local businesses such as First Arena to provide opportunities to as many people as they can.
The employment rate for people with disabilities is very low, and we thought this would be a great way to increase the opportunities in the area for people with disabilities.
AIM will not make any changes to AJ's, citing how well run the business is. But they are looking to implement an online ordering system and some new monthly specials. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Elmira.
A Towanda man is behind bars with several rape and sexual assault charges against him. 28-year-old Dusty Benjamin is being charged with 10 felony counts and misdemeanor charges for criminal sexual acts against a minor. These charges are the result of the victim coming forward for the crimes Benjamin committed, according to authorities, against her between the ages of 13 and 16. A man is in critical condition after being struck by a car in Elmira. Police responded to the scene at the 300 block of Columbia Street. The 53-year-old victim was found laying in the road with significant injuries. The driver, a 69-year-old woman, remained on scene and cooperated fully with officers. Anyone who witnessed the accident is asked to call police. New York State Police are issuing a warning about a phone scam after receiving multiple calls about a state police fundraiser. Several Western New Yorkers reported receiving calls from scammers claiming to be with a union representing the state police. Troopers want to remind New Yorkers that the state police or any union affiliated with state police will never call and ask for donations. The FBI is now investigating New York Representative George Santos for allegedly stealing money raised to help a homeless veteran's service dog. Lucas Tomlinson has more from Washington.
Are you considering resigning?
No, I'm not. More bad news for George Santos. The FBI is now reportedly investigating the New York congressman for stealing funds raised to help a Navy veteran's service dog. Richard Ostoff, a homeless disabled veteran, says his service dog needed a life-saving surgery. Santos allegedly raised about $3,000, but then disappeared with the funds, and the dog died. On Wednesday, 2 agents with the U.S. Attorney's Office contacted Ostoff, who shared his text messages with Santos regarding the fundraiser. The new investigation comes just days after Santos recused himself from all congressional committee assignments. And House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says if he's not cleared on all charges, he won't be reinstated.
He's going through ethics on some of these concerns, and until he answers all those questions, then at that time, he'll be able to be seated on committees.
Santos was already facing 3 separate investigations by the Office of Congressional Ethics, the Federal Election Commission, and the Justice Department, and the FBI involvement is only expected to amplify calls for his resignation. But Santos says he's not going anywhere, and Republican leaders in Congress claim only the voters can decide whether he should continue serving.
It's going to play itself out, but ultimately voters are going to make that decision, whether it's in the primary election or in the general election.
A Siena College poll released this week found 78% of voters in Santos's district think he should resign. In Washington, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
The Clemens Center in Elmira is joining forces with 12 other downtown performing arts centers across New York to seek additional funding from the state. The group, known as Alive Downtown, is seeking an additional $20 million in funding. The 13 theaters have an average age of nearly 100 years and serve over 5 million people annually. After years off from COVID, St. Baldrick's event is back. The fundraiser for Conquering Children's Cancers encourages community members to raise money through different methods, one of which is a promise to shave your head. St. Baldrick's is back and looking for volunteers, and you don't necessarily have to shave your head to help out.
This is a little different. It feels like we're starting completely from scratch. You know, we did have, going in, we had probably 11 years consecutive and just built and built and built.
We have a website. It's stbaldricks.org/events/Corning2023. You can donate there. You can search for a team or someone that is shaving and donate directly to that person. You can sign up to shave or sign up to volunteer.
Be on the lookout for Rich and Amy around the Southern Tier as they raise money and promote the event happening in March. After a short break, Big Fox's Pet of the Week is back. Our Maggie Hall met Cece today, who is looking for her home.
Sweet Cece has a perfect birthmark for this time of the year, a little heart on the top of her head.
So I have Cece with me today. Cece is approximately 10 years old. She is a Chihuahua.
Cece just needs to be spayed and to have a quick checkup at the dentist's, and then she's all ready for adoption.
She is good with other dogs. I don't know about cats, but I don't foresee an issue. She would be great with respectful children because of her size.
Just like the heart on her forehead says, Cece is a love bug.
For the most part, she's a very happy little girl. She will follow you all over the house. She does have her playful moments, but she's just very happy, just curled up in the blanket, or she'd make a great TV buddy, just curl up beside you.
On top of all that, she's also a foodie.
She loves her food, so we're trying to put a little weight on her because she is on the thin side. But she hasn't missed a meal yet, and she tries to get everybody else's after she's done with hers.
If you adopt Cece, you'll need a lot of blankets in your home. Besides laying in the sun, one of her favorite things to do is to burrow down into the blankets and curl up. To adopt Cece, or if you have any interest in fostering or adopting any of the animals Paws and Purrs has in their care, visit pawsandpurrs.org. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Corning.
Your complete forecast is next, plus this.
A shape-shifting robot could shape the future of scientific research. I'm Marianne Rafferty with a look at the unique device coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
A blue sky Thursday with mild temperatures is quickly changing as we're seeing that an Arctic cold front is dropping its way quickly across the state, bringing bursts of snow showers that is quickly reducing visibility and even bringing what we call snow squalls. Now, we'll note that we'll stay underneath at least some isolated to scattered snow shower activity as we step through the overnight, with accumulation looking to be anywhere from an inch to a half an inch possible. But the big story is the cold air that is dropping in. We'll note that as those wind gusts create that reduced visibility and is pulling in those cold temperatures, we quickly drop into those single digits for actual temperatures. Our low is looking around 8 degrees in Elmira, and we have that the feel like temperature is going to be at nearly 15 below. So we are underneath a wind chill advisory. We see that off towards the east, we are underneath a wind chill warning, as that will be a colder pool of air, is where those feel like temperatures towards Binghamton and the northern portion of the state will be seeing that wind chills could be approaching the 20s, even mid-40s below zero. Now we're still underneath those frigid conditions, and in less than at least 30 to 15 minutes, frostbite and hypothermia can set in. So as you head out the door, make sure that all exposed skin is covered up. Limit that outdoor time or exclude it completely, as we will be talking about improvements into the weekend. Now throughout our day on Friday, we will continue to watch temperatures to fall. We really see that the warmest temperature of our Friday is occurring at midnight, and then we watch those temperatures fall from those single digits all the way into our Saturday morning forecast. Now, the good news is that there is going to be that quick rebound, but we'll have to battle these strong winds. Now, as mentioned, we're going to continue to fall. Now, we're dropping to about 8 into our Saturday or Friday morning. By Saturday morning, we're looking at single digits above and below that 0-degree threshold, as we're close to about 2 to 3 here in Elmira and Corning. And then we're seeing there off towards the west, you have even below zero low temperatures. And that with the wind will continue to keep those wind chills at least into the teens, approaching the 20s below zero. So again, Saturday morning, although we're going to be talking about some switch in the pattern Saturday, it's still going to be very brisk Saturday morning. That wind chill advisory will expire, and then temperatures will start to turn around. By Saturday afternoon, we're back up into the 20s. Now, that's still below average, but big improvements from the cold air that will be in place all day on Friday. We then continue to head into that Sunday forecast with more warming, but it's going to be a little breezy with a low pressure system sliding through the area with a warm and cold front. With that passage, there may be some precipitation at times on Sunday. It's looking pretty minimal locally. We'll watch to potentially add some of that precipitation, but either way, it's going to stay pretty gloomy through the weekend. But look at that improvement. 23 on Saturday. We continue to warm all the way to 44 on Sunday. Now, with that cold front, there will be a little pullback on Monday, but much of next week is going to be very mild as we'll track some rain chances.
Hershey tops expectations with its latest earnings and outlook. Malibu rum is getting peachy, and pre-orders are now open for Fisher-Price's exclusive Super Bowl Champions playset. CJ Papa has today's business briefs.
Inflation didn't stop people from treating themselves to chocolate last year. CEO Michelle Bugg says Hershey delivered one of its strongest years in history. Bugg says it took tremendous hard work, perseverance, and agility from every one of its employees. Malibu says its latest rum flavor embraces the summertime mindset all year round. The brand says Malibu Peach tastes like sweet yellow peaches. It's available now at retailers nationwide. Super Nintendo World isn't open to the public yet, but a lot of Twitter users are already unhappy because its Mario Kart ride apparently doesn't fit riders with waists over 40 inches. One person complains, still mad about the 40-inch requirement for the Mario Kart ride. It's just blatantly fat-phobic. There's nothing about it that can't accommodate a bigger human. Super Nintendo World opens to the public officially on February 17th. And Fisher-Price releasing a line of little people to celebrate the Super Bowl. The Chiefs' toys feature stars Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, and Travis Kelce, while the Eagles side shows Jalen Hurts, Fletcher Cox, and Devontae Smith, along with a super fan of each team. Fisher-Price will only fulfill orders made of the winning team's toys. So if the Chiefs win and you ordered the Eagles' toys, you aren't getting the Eagles' Little People set. The big game airs Sunday, February 12th on Fox. That's business. I'm CJ Papa.
Researchers believe a shape-shifting robot could change the future of scientific research and underwater exploration. Marianne Rafferty takes a look.
Turtles, of all things, are serving as the inspiration behind Yale University's shape-shifting robot.
We're taking both the gaits that are inspired by terrestrial and aquatic turtles and the functional shapes of their limbs, and we're combining those into one robotic system.
Say hello to the amphibious robotic turtle, or ART for short. Unlike the rigid limbs on many of today's traditional robots, ART has 4 flexible legs powered by artificial muscles. This special design lets ART adjust how it moves so it can navigate across all sorts of terrain.
Adaptive morphogenesis is the idea that the robot's body is made of all these components and that we can treat those, which are normally fixed materials, as mutable as well. So we can change the structure of the robot as well as the way it's moving and interacting with the world.
Because of this, engineers say ART is perfect for a wide variety of scientific research and other technical projects.
In jobs like environmental monitoring, for example, of an estuary system where the robot would have to go between patches of land and patches of water and transition back and forth to survey and take data. Another potential use case is, for example, support of divers, so the robot could transport materials or tools from the land to a submerged job site where divers are working.
The team at Yale is working to improve how fast art can transition between land and water. They also hope to program the robot so it knows when to shapeshift by itself.
Still ahead, with car thefts on the rise, one auto shop is looking for ways to deter thieves. More on their anti-theft device and how it works, coming up. More consumers are interested in going electric the next time they buy a car. EVs are often more expensive, but experts say you can reduce your costs per mile. Heather Sullivan looks at what to consider when going electric.
Both Tesla and Ford have reduced their prices on some of their EV models, and there are more incentives available now. So we asked some experts how you can decide which type of EV might be right for you.
As soon as your foot presses on you have to say accelerator now, you can't say gas pedal, but as soon as your foot presses the accelerator, it's very, very smooth.
Evolve Houston is powered up to answer your questions about buying an electric vehicle. And AAA just released a used EV buyer's guide. First, consider how much driving you do and your ability to charge the vehicle both at home.
For most people, it's just as easy as plugging it into the outlet that they already have at home.
And around town.
Evolve has an excellent resource on our website that shows you where all the charging stations in the greater Houston area are.
Then compare costs. The average new electric vehicle is about $55,000. The average new gas-powered sedan, $35,000. But the Inflation Reduction Act just lifted caps on incentives.
You can get up to $7,500 off of a brand new vehicle, and for used vehicles it's $4,000.
And buying a used EV lowers the cost, but be sure to ask about the warranty.
How much warranty is left on that electric vehicle, specifically the traction battery?
In general, charging an EV is approximately 3.5 times cheaper per mile than gasoline per mile. AAA's guide lets you compare costs from model to model.
Put in the year, make, and model of the vehicle you're interested in. You can actually see what the estimated projected cost is.
Maintenance costs are also considered lower because EVs don't need oil changes and have fewer moving parts.
Are they more fun to drive?
They're so much more fun to drive.
To help you find more information, I have put links to AAA's guides to buying electric vehicles and the Evolve Houston website. It's all on Sullivan Smart Sense on Fox26Houston.com.
As Kia and Hyundai thefts continue to spike, one auto shop in Illinois is looking for ways to hopefully deter thieves. Casey Cronus explains how it works.
It's essentially an upgrade to the way you start your car. And if thieves break in, it helps ensure they won't be going anywhere.
All we do is take the push-to-start system and we install it on the cars that don't have them.
In the last 2 weeks, Sigler's Auto Center on Lincoln Avenue in Skokie has started installing the kits for customers. Some of them have had their Kias and Hyundais stolen. Police say the TikTok videos showing people how to hotwire some older models are driving a huge surge in car thefts.
So you could pop this ignition out and start it with a screwdriver, a plier, or a USB cord.
Noam Sigler says when customers have been able to recover their stolen cars, many of them must deal with thousands of dollars in damage. That's why they came up with this. The anti-theft device can be installed in any car with a key ignition that doesn't already have a built-in RFID system.
This used to be a regular keyed car with an ignition in it, and we actually put the RFI kit right there. That just locked it. So I can press the brake, try and start the car as many times as I want. The whole car is shut down. The computers, the car will not start. Now, if I want to start the car, all I got to do is hit that. It beeps twice, hit the brake, and the car starts no problem.
Stay with us. We'll have more right after this. We want to leave you with a smile. Soda fans can celebrate. Dr. Pepper is out with a new strawberries and cream flavor. The new drink also comes in a zero sugar version. The company says those new drinks will hit store shelves soon. It follows the brand's dark berry flavor that came out last year. I'm Scott Beadle. Thank you for watching.